What's up, guys? Happy Friday. Welcome back to Lazy Couch Thoughts. Today's gonna be a little bit shorter, a little bit more of a fantasy type episode. Not fantasy as in football, fantasy as in me as a Saints fan. So Deshaun Watson just formally requested a trade from the Houston Texans. He wants out. He wants out of that crap show of a organization, as pretty much every star they've ever had wants out, because the root of the problem is at the top. Understand Bob, which is part of the reason why this roster is so bad as it is. Bill O'Brien, for some of you who haven't been following me long, it's Bob. But it starts at the top, it starts with the owner. And just the way that they handled everything with Watson. You have a generational caliber quarterback. You have a top 3 to 5 quarterback in the NFL. And then you give him promises and you tell him you're going to do stuff, and then you don't do it. In this day and age, it doesn't fly. Not when players have as much control as they do over where they play. So I'm going to kind of talk about some of the options. Before I get into some of the team's options, they said the price tag is going to be 3 first rounds at least. And I've seen some fans be like, oh my God, we can't do that. 3 first rounders? Yeah, dude, 3 first rounders, throw it out there and say, thank you. Bring me my quarterback. Bring me my franchise quarterback. So I guarantee you, I'll let you pick a quarterback in each of those 3 first rounds. I guarantee you miss all 3 times. Especially if you're like a mediocre team, especially if you're not getting that number one pick, you'll miss 3 times. Quarterbacks are so random, you'll never know who's going to be good, you'll never know who's going to be bad, except for the Joe Burrows and the Kyler Murrays and that's it. Like, the people that are just the consensus, like Trevor Lawrence, like these guys who just consensus, like generational type level draft picks coming out of college. Those are the only people that are surefire things, and surefire things fail all of the time. All of the time. So I'm not worried about giving up the first round pick. Also, especially if I'm the Saints should be picking in the late 20s. You know, they should be picking between 28 to 32 these next few years. Especially if they add somebody of Deshaun Watson's caliber, then they should be picking at 32. I don't really value those picks as much. Now, if it's a top 10 pick, yeah, 3 top 10 picks for Watson, that's a good bit. I would still give it up in a heartbeat. But whenever you're talking about 3 picks, 28 level, yeah, that's gone. Yeah, gone. Right away. And, like, I will honestly throw you another second just for fun. But it's just ridiculous to some of the fan bases that I've seen. Like, I think we're all forgetting how good Deshaun Watson is. He's been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL since being drafted. And we're talking about a guy who, like, ripped his knee apart in his rookie year. Or early on in his career, he ripped his knee apart, just shredded it. And he came back just, fine, whatever. Not a big deal. Who cares? He's just still balling out of control. Like, he's special at the quarterback position. As accurate as he is, he's the most accurate quarterback in NFL history, going by completion percentage. And he also has a pretty deep yards per attempt. Like, he throws the ball downfield. He's not just dinking and dunking. Like, he gets after it. He throws the ball downfield and he's still accurate. And he's doing that with no offensive line in Houston. Just none. And he did it this year without DeAndre Hopkins, with Will Fuller as number 1 receiver, and Will Fuller only played 12 games. Like, Deshaun Watson's just special. Now, Saints fans, specifically, because that's probably my bigger target audience, imagine that with our offensive line, who's very good, and then Alvin Kamara. He's never played with a running back before. And then Michael Thomas. He's basically just DeAndre Hopkins again for him. And then whoever other receivers that we take. And then with Big Fish, Adam Trotman. He's developing as a tight end. That's going to be nasty. So, realistically, this offseason, there's going to be so much quarterback over, like, just shifting. And, like, just like the carousel is going to be insane. Adam Schefter is projecting that there's going to be 18 teams with a different quarterback next year. That's nuts. So, because I was thinking about it, I was like, what teams could use Watson? And then I made a list, and then I decided to say what teams don't need Watson. Let's do it. Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, Seahawks. That's about it. That's about it. I'm trying to go through it in my head right now. I guess the Bucks, because of Tom Brady for 1 more year. But honestly, if I can get Deshaun Watson, that young Bucks team, I'm making that deal. It's basically any team that doesn't have a young stud. anybody that doesn't have a young like stud quarterback should be making that phone call just to check in, saying, yep, we are interested. What's it gonna cost? And even if it's oh no, and hang the phone right up. But I'm trying to think. I honestly, if I had to make a bet, I think he's gonna end up in Miami. I think the packages are gonna revolve around basically getting. I could see them Miami sending their 2 first rounders this year, and then like their first, or like, and then like a second, and then Tua. And I could see that getting it done because you get basically 2 first rounders, a top 5 quarterback from the last year's draft, and you get a second rounder. So if they like Tua, I could see that getting it done. And I would love to see Deshaun Watson in that Dolphins team. The Dolphins team is extremely good. They had a quarterback last year that couldn't throw the ball down the field. Then they had another quarterback who was 80. So imagine them now with Deshaun Watson. Myles Gaskin looks legit. They're going to be getting a new offensive coordinator, which is big because they need one bad. Gilly wasn't getting it done. If they can go sign a wide receiver in this stacked wide receiver class, if they can go get an Allen Robinson, like this team is going to be good. They're going to be competing with the Bills, and the AFC is just going to be stacked. The AFC for the next however many years, probably 5 years or so, is going to be really stacked because of the amount of young quarterback talent. And I think the Dolphins can make a run during this time. The Dolphins window is looking to be very good and very long because they're building it the right way. They're building it from the ground up. And then on the opposite side of the coin, you have teams like the Bucks. The Bucks window is going to be extremely short, so they got to thread the needle. But the Dolphins probably have a 5-year window to try and win a championship, and I think it starts next year. If you add Deshaun Watson, you increase your chances a lot, but then you still gotta beat Patrick Mahomes. But at the end of the day, I think the Dolphins are gonna end up with him. I hope the Dolphins end up with him. My best friend's a Dolphins fan, and he will go absolutely bonkers for him. So that's gonna do it for today. NFL franchises, since you're watching this, stop pissing off your awesome players. It's just dumb. There's really no reason to. Like keep them happy. Why not? But the Deshaun Watson trade might be the only way that the Texans can be competitive in the next, 5 years. Probably less than that because they have Deshaun Watson, they have the key quarterback piece. But bro, their roster construction right now is so broken. They have no cap space. They have no picks. It's just terrible. I wouldn't want that job for anything. But yep, this was supposed to be a short video, and then I blabbered my little mouth, so we're gonna end it there. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed, please subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.